Republicans on the House COVID Subcommittee are threatening to subpoena Teachers Union President Randi Weingarten in their investigation into COVID school closures. They say she is refusing to hand over communications that she had with the Centers for Disease Control. But the union's lawyers are calling the demand from the committee an improper expansion of the investigation. Let's bring on Ohio Congressman Brad Wenstrup. He's the chairman of the House COVID Subcommittee. Why do you want to get a hold of these communications, Congressman?
Well, first of all, we want to know everything that took place when it came to the school closure decisions and how they were made. And, you know, if you go back as far as early in March or later in March, we sent letters to 15 non-governmental organizations that CDC had reached out to just for input. We did hear back from the American Federation of Teachers and Randi Weingarten. She sent us a 10-page letter and also sent about 400 documents. But we soon realized that we didn't really have all the documents that we needed. And so we sent another letter reiterating what we had said in our first letter, that we may want a transcribed interview. And we were asking for that, not only for her, but for 4 others in the teachers union. And they've been going back and forth with us on this. We've been trying to negotiate in good faith. And they keep saying, we don't want to give you this or that. And so we may have to go to a subpoena. And that's why we've made the threat at this point. Yeah. You know, one of the things we found out in the testimony is that Randi Weingarten had CDC Director Walensky's personal phone number. Yeah. So we want to get those communications. What was actually said? Is this political organization driving what we do in healthcare? We also found out that the Weingarten team and the AFT was communicating with the Biden transition team. So as early as the election, they were having communications with them. And so we want to see the communications between the Biden transition team and the CDC coming from Randi Weingarten, but also with the Executive Office of the President to figure out what took place during this time. If we're going to do things better in the future, we got to make sure we did them right the first time.
All right, let's get into the Wayback Machine here and just wind it back a few weeks to when she appeared before your committee's call for number 2. You spoke about her conversations with the Biden transition team. Here's what she testified to you.
So what essentially happened, sir, was that we were talking to the Biden transition team before he was sworn into office.
Okay.
And we...
Did they reach out to you?
Yes,
CDC?
they reached out. No, the Biden transition team reached out to us.
Okay.
And
did that include the next CDC director?
Not...
or anybody who went to work for CDC?
I don't... you know something? I don't want to speculate.
Yeah. So that's what she told you recently. We've got to jump to the White House, but real quick button on that, if you could, for us.
Yeah, well, just bottom line, a non-government political organization directing what we do with our health care.
All right. Congressman, sorry, we've got to cut it short.